AI is not going to be replacing insurance agents, but it will be enhancing our communication. So the way I like to look at it is, when I have a text messaging conversation with somebody, right? I know the goal that I have for that conversation, which is I want to get them on the calendar, right? Well, AI can facilitate the conversation to go from I'm a new lead to getting them to book on the calendar. And the cool thing about the AI that's in Agent CRM is that it uses natural human language to go back and forth with open time slots on your calendar and to pick a time that works for them.
Most new agents think that they're in the insurance business, but actually you're in the follow-up business, but a lot of agents don't act like it. So today I have the founder of Agent CRM on the pod today, Mr. Alex Branning, and we're going to break down really what a CRM is, what to look for in a CRM, and how a CRM can dramatically improve the overall efficiency of your follow-up and your client retention. Alex, welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Hey, Rob, thank you so much for having me, man. I love what you said about we're in a follow-up business. Insurance is such a relationship-based business. Really, every business is when you get down to it. Even the software business is built on relationships. But insurance is people could go online and buy an insurance policy if they wanted to.
Sure.
But most consumers do not. They want to talk to a human being who they trust, who they feel a connection with, so that that person can get them the right policy. So it's all about relationship building, follow up, staying in front of folks. And that's where a CRM is key.
Yeah, and I looked this up right before we jumped on today, and it says industry data shows that up to 80% of sales close between the 5th and 12th touch point. Mm-hmm. However, most salespeople give up just after 1 to 2 attempts. And this is where I believe one of the biggest mistakes happens with brand new agents, Alex, is they don't invest in a CRM soon enough. So in your opinion, because this is your language, you speak this all day long, you work with agencies and agents and other leaders across the country. How soon should an agent look at investing in a CRM? Mm-hmm. Can you talk to that point just real quickly?
I think it's important to start off with the CRM for a couple of reasons. So day one, get a CRM because you are going to be talking to folks as soon as you hit the ground running, right? You're going to start talking to your warm market. You're going to start having conversations with people that you know. You want to make sure that that information is stored in a CRM, number one.
Right.
Number two, you want to make sure that you have these automations going out, right? To remind people of the conversation you had, get them to make a decision. And number three, you're building habits. Right? What you don't want to do as a new insurance agent is start creating habits that are not going to serve you as you grow. And so if you start using a CRM on the very first day and you just start getting into the habit, I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to put them in my CRM, I'm going to make sure they're added to the right pipeline so they start getting the right messages. What you're doing is you're creating habits that are going to serve you for the rest of your career. I can speak personally. I've been in business since I was 17. I didn't start using a CRM for almost 10 years afterwards. Wow. And after I started using a CRM, my business started to grow quite a bit. But there is so much opportunity cost that I cannot quantify, Rob, on the deals that I did not get by not having a CRM. So, it's very important. And when you're looking at a CRM, what you want to do is identify a CRM that you as a new agent do not have to set up manually by yourself. You don't have to look at a blank slate and go, okay, what do I do now? Because you don't know what you need on day one, right? You need a plug and play system built for insurance agents where that company has gone through the hard work of setting up the different pipelines, the automations, writing the emails, setting up the web page for you. Yeah. Because as a new agent getting into this brand new business, starting this new line of work, you are not going to have the knowledge or the experience to know what a good CRM looks like. And so what you're going to do just out of not knowing is you're going to set up an incomplete customer journey for yourself,
Sure.
which again is not going to serve you as you grow and scale, because then you'll want to eventually, if you start off with this bare bones CRM with stuff not plugged in, you're going to want to eventually move to a CRM where it's all ready to rock and roll for you and it's got things built out much further. Why not start on the right foot, getting things going and learning to rely on the technology to help grow your business?
Yeah, I mean, you're already spitting some bars right out of the gate here. And listen, Alex is talking to you today because you spreadsheet people, you Google spreadsheet or, Microsoft spreadsheet, not hating on you, but stop using that to try to track everything because it's not going to be efficient. And you know this,
Mhm.
Alex, because as soon as your business starts to take off, now you're having to manually, unless you can import that into your new system, put all those clients' information in there. If you
Mhm.
would have just done it from the beginning, right? The policies and all of that. But a lot of those spreadsheets and, I've seen agents even put it in the notes. I met one
Yep.
agent that had all these clients in his notes. And I go, well, how do you effectively follow up with those people? Right. He says, well, I really don't. I just, kind of go through there. And this is all it plays a big, crucial part if you're going to be an efficient agent. And we're going to put a link down in the video description and we'll talk more about it at the very end about a CRM that Alex has created that I believe is one of the best out there on the market that will help you do all of these things and more that we talk about. So I kind of want to piggyback off of what you said though, because brand new agents watching this or listening today, Alex, and they're saying, okay, I'm already overwhelmed. All this, it's like drinking
Mhm.
from a fire hydrant with all this
Yep.
stuff that I'm learning just to be in the industry. What are some other features that a new agent or a first year agent should look at when it comes to investing in a CRM?
Yeah, should definitely have a dialer where all the calls are recorded because you want to make sure you're covering
Okay.
your butt, right? Especially in the Medicare space. And so
Yes.
that's important because then you want to have everything under one roof, right? So you log into your CRM and you go, okay, I'm gonna look up John Doe because I've spoken with John Doe before. I know his information.
Sure.
And then you can see all of the communication that you've had with John Doe so that when you do reach back out to him, if there's been a new email or text from him, you can see that in that same screen. You're not looking at different places. So that's really important. Centralized communication with a dialer, and that dialer should be recording the calls. Second thing to look for is a good email and text marketing platform
Yeah.
that can send emails in bulk, doing things like email newsletters or reminders about AEP. Like this is important. Then you got to be able to text. So we live in a texting world now.
Yes.
Everybody responds and reads text messages. When I say everybody, I'm saying 98%, right? But when
Yeah.
it comes to voice first outreach, Rob, there's a depressing stat that says only 11% of consumers will answer the phone when that number is not saved in their phone. So if a phone number pops up on the screen and they don't have a name attached to it, only 11% will actually answer that phone. So we are no longer in a voice first world. We are in a texting world. And so your CRM has to be able to text and email. So those are definitely the three most important pieces to a good CRM. It's all about communication, email, texting, and
Yeah.
calls.
And it's an interesting point that you bring up because I'm in the Medicare space. That's what we primarily do. And you're exactly right. I can call these older people that you think would be more phone first people, right? But they won't answer. I could call them
Right.
10 times and they won't answer. But if I text them, they'll respond back. So I totally agree. Even in the market that I'm dealing with, it has even gravitated over to that or transitioned into this older
Mhm.
market as well of these seniors not picking up the phone. And a lot of it's because they're getting 50 to 100 phone calls a day, right? Everybody's calling them,
Yep.
telling them about the best plan. So if you can have a CRM to do that, I definitely agree. Let me ask you this too, for a brand new agent who's learning how to market, right? Does the marketing avenues that you choose or strategies, does that determine what type of CRM you should invest in, or is pretty much a CRM a CRM? I'd like to address that point real quickly.
Yeah, that's a great. So when it comes to marketing, let's look at the couple different ways that are really popular in the Medicare space. So you have Facebook ads where they fill in a form on Facebook or Instagram. It's important that your CRM of choice is able to get that information and then immediately start texting and emailing that individual to get them on your calendar so you can talk to them. If you're doing a webinar or a live seminar, it's an event driven ad, right? Saying, hey, I'm going to be either live at this location on this date or I'll be virtual on this date. It's important to have a CRM where you can collect the information on a landing page. And that way, again, you can start that immediate communication that goes out. One of the most popular ways that I'm seeing for generating leads online right now, Rob, is text in campaigns where somebody will text the word Medicare to your phone number, right? And so that's cool because most people are already on their phone anyways. And if they're on, if they're searching and they're trying to use Google or Facebook, it makes it really easy to just like tap and it's like, hey, do you want to send a text to this person? And they click it and it sends, you can text Medicare. And now your CRM can start the lead collection process. And again, get the emails and texts going to get them on your calendar. So as you are marketing, you'll want to make sure whatever avenue you're using, it will connect to your CRM because speed to lead is really important. And like I've already shared, it's important to have all your communication under one roof, the emails, the texts, the phone calls, all under one roof. So as you're looking for a CRM, definitely, make sure, does this have the features that I'm going to need to build my business?
Yeah, and I like that because not because I just didn't know what I didn't know. I actually have two CRMs because the first one I started with, I wasn't really looking at the future as much as just to put names and policies and things in there. And when I transitioned to do a lot of Medicare webinars online, that's really how I started using Agent CRM because I didn't realize my other CRM didn't work with that. And so for all you new agents out there, listen to what Alex is saying. Not only do you want to look at what you need for today, but you need to look in the future. What are you going to expand to? And if you're going to look at some of these Facebook ads or more digital processes or marketing strategies, you need to have a CRM that will grow with you, or you're going to be like this guy. And you're going to be paying double the money. I just didn't know what I didn't know, but now I'm sharing this with all of you because I want to save you that financial cost and the heartache and pain, if you will, of getting the right CRM from the beginning. I know you're a big AI guy, so tell me how AI plays a factor into CRMs today. Why is that important to maybe have that as an add-on feature or as a day one feature in your CRM?
Yeah. AI is going to be slowly but surely changing how we communicate with people. AI is not going to be replacing insurance agents, but it will be enhancing our communication. So the way I like to look at it is, when I have a text messaging conversation with somebody, right? I know the goal that I have for that conversation, which is I want to get them on the calendar, right?
Right.
Well, AI can facilitate the conversation to go from I'm a new lead to getting them to book on the calendar. And the cool thing about the AI that's in Agent CRM is that it uses natural human language to go back and forth with open time slots on your calendar and to pick a time that works for them. So when you're talking to the more seniors, for example, asking them to click a link and then fill in their information again on a second page, and then they pick a time and date, like you can lose people because of the extra steps you're requiring them to do. But if you're using an AI platform like Agent AI within Agent CRM, then it can say, hey, Mary, I have time on Thursday at 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. What works better for you? And she goes, 4 is great. Well, we already have Mary's name, email, and phone number because it's in our system. So we don't need her to fill out a form again. We just confirm that she's available at 4 p.m. So we don't need her to open up a date selector. So the AI goes, all right, I'm putting Mary on Rob's calendar for Thursday at 4. And it's just so easy for the prospect, right? Now, if you were to do that on a manual basis, texting back and forth as an agent, that is not a good use of your time because now you're trying to handle all these conversations and you're just focused on your phone trying to maintain these conversations as well as focus on the other tasks that you're doing in your business. And so AI is a great tool for that. Now, what AI gets really interesting, Rob. So we've had these text messaging AI tools for a couple of years. where AI is getting really interesting is in the voice AI. And so this is a new and exciting thing in all insurance. But where I'm really excited about it is in the Medicare space for cross sell. But let's just talk about what voice AI is and how you can use it as an agent, whether you're new or you've been in the game for a while. So voice AI can handle all of your inbound calls, which is the number one revenue leak for an agent, right?
Sure.
Because the consumer expects when they call you, you answer the phone. People do not leave voicemails anymore, Rob. I don't know about you, but I don't leave a voicemail anymore.
Yeah.
And if people do
I don't
leave a
either.
voicemail, I'm not checking it, right? So
Yeah.
if you do not answer the phone, I'm going to get your voicemail and hanging up the phone, and you have now lost that point of connection. Now, maybe the person calls back, but maybe they never do, and they just go to the next agent, right? And so it's important that every single call to your business gets answered. But we do not want to be sitting by the phone, Rob. This is not why we got in business for ourselves. We don't want to answer the phone Saturday at 7 p.m. while we're at dinner with our family. And so, but the voice AI tool can answer the phone and have a warm, professional, friendly conversation with that prospect. And it can read your calendar and book the appointment. So voice AI is going to start becoming this 24/7 receptionist, which is very exciting. It can also do outbound calls. And where I like to encourage agents to use these outbound calls is in setting up the next sale, right? And so what I mean by that is when you sign somebody up for Medicare, you're walking through the process, getting them signed up on the right plan. And what I hear happen a lot in those conversations is they end the conversation with just getting them on the primary product. They don't talk a lot about the ancillary products because they don't want it to be overwhelming, right?
Sure.
And so where voice AI comes in is following up with that person and saying, "Hey, Mary, thank you so much for choosing my agency as the agency of choice for your Medicare. I would love to schedule a follow-up appointment because I realized Agent Rob asked me to call you and apologize because we did not go over some of the dental and vision benefits that you actually qualify for. And we'd love to share some of that. Can I book a quick phone appointment with Rob so that we can get you signed up with the dental and vision plan that works best for you and your family?" What is that doing? Number one, you are using a voice AI agent to go through and mine for the gold in your list, right? Number two, with the good script, it comes off like the AI agent is almost apologizing for you not bringing up the second product, which puts them at ease, right? When you apologize to someone, their defenses go down, right?
Right.
And then third, you're setting it up for a decision-making call, right? With this script, what you're doing is you're saying, we're going to pick the right plan for you on the call. In other words, we're making a buying decision. It's either going to be yes or no, right? And so agents that use voice AI for those types of outbound calls, I've seen a lot of success with that. Where voice AI is not good is in cold outreach. In other words, calling somebody that you do not have a relationship with because they have no idea who the heck you are. And they are sick and tired of talking to AI agents. And they can, or they're just sick and tired of talking to spammers in general. And so if they don't know you, then they're probably not going to pick up the phone. And if they do pick up the phone and they realize that they're actually talking to an AI bot, it's not a positive look on your agency. So those are the things I'm excited about for AI.
Yeah, no, I definitely love all that. And by the way, if you're getting value out of this so far today, take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe, share this with another new agent who needs to hear this, because this just helps us get this information out to more new agents like yourself. So let's take a few minutes, Alex, because you've created, in my opinion, one of the best CRMs out there, Agent CRM. We use it for our webinar. We use it for our Facebook ads. We use it for, other things as well. And, I love that you guys offer so many features, but to the new agent who's listening to this today, and he says, man, this just sounds like a lot. What type of training does Agent CRM offer in regards to helping someone onboard, get assimilated into the platform, and kind of maybe some continuous training to kind of help them become more efficient as they go along in the journey?
Yeah. So Agent CRM was really built on how can we support the new agent that's signing up for our platform. Any new
Hmm.
platform requires a level of learning. I signed up for a new
Sure.
software platform a couple weeks ago and I was like, I need an onboarding call. I'm lost, right? I
Right.
consider myself pretty
Right.
tech savvy and I was getting a little confused. So,
Yeah.
um, but with Agent CRM, what we've done is we created a how-to guide with activator videos. These are short 2 to 4 minute videos that walk through getting a different part of your account set up. The goal is to get you into Agent CRM in the morning and have you rocking and rolling by lunchtime so that you can
Mm.
import your contacts and get set up. Now, the only way that works is if you go through our videos because we know what you need to get set up in your account. We don't want you going and
Mhm.
exploring. Agent CRM is built on the high level platform. We love high level, but man, oh man, is it messy and a little bit chaotic
Yes.
if you don't know what you're doing, right? And so we have really skinnied it down and we have made it very easy to get everything set up by following our videos. The other thing we did in Agent CRM is we created what we call our branding bundles. This is the entire
Mm.
customer journey mapped out with emails, text messages, pipelines, and more, as well as the web pages that you'll need to drive traffic to and collect information. So we've literally given it all to you so that then again, as an agent, you don't have to go, man, did I get everything? Did I dial in the different pipeline? What happens if people get on my calendar but don't show up? We've thought through all that because this is all we do. We live, eat, and breathe insurance marketing. And so we've tried to make
Mhm.
it as easy as possible for you to get up and going. And so as a new Agent CRM user, what you can expect when you sign up is you can expect to be taken into this how-to guide where you watch the activator videos. We have a 24/7 AI chatbot ready to rock and roll, help you answer technical questions. It knows Agent CRM, it knows the branding bundle. And then you can expect to get a welcome call from us to answer any questions you have, make sure you're good to go. And we invite you to a kickoff call. And on the kickoff call, then what we do is we go through what is the Agent CRM system, kind of give you a high end overview, go through some of the things that you've set up on the activator, explain how it all works, how you use it, what does the day to day usage look like, and then you're ready to rock and roll. So we want to make Agent CRM easy to use. There is work you got to put in. You got to follow our
Sure.
videos, walk through the steps,
Yeah.
make sure that you know how to use the system. Any new platform is going to require learning. So just roll with us. We will walk with you hand in hand, but it is something that you will have to dedicate a little bit of time to so that you can use the system. And then we have regular training inside of our Facebook group. We have regular webinars. Like we really want you to own the system and be our next big success story because
Yeah.
as you succeed, we get a much better name and reputation in the industry.
Yeah. And two things with that really quickly. Number one is anybody in any vertical can use Agent CRM, right? Whether they're PNC, whether they're life insurance, Medicare. Talk to that this works with all different types of verticals.
Yeah, so we have 12 different types of insurance products that we have branding bundles for. So we've really thought through this.
Mm.
And we just released a new branding bundle called General Insurance. Well, the reason why we did that, Rob, is people were coming to us with some ancillary products or some products that weren't
Sure.
as popular as others. And we wanted to support them, but we're like, okay, how do we support these smaller products while not we didn't want to devote the resources to building out everything. So what we did is we created a general insurance which you as the agent could take and use and just modify the emails and the text that go out
Mm.
to fit
Okay.
your product, right? So we're seeing some people use this general insurance bundle for some very specialized commercial products. We're seeing it
Mhm.
for some new health share products. Like we're seeing a lot of creativity in our community using this bundle. But to get back to your question, so I got off on a tangent because I'm just so excited about that. We just launched that like last week. Um, for the insurance agent, we have branding bundles. They are all included with Agent CRM. So you can grab any and all of the 12 that you want. We also have one for building a team, which you're a new agent. You can download
Okay.
it, but don't play with that one yet. Let's get you producing first, but it's there.
Right.
And
Right.
our goal is to make sure that you're having a nice handoff from product to product. And so we also have
Okay.
a cross sell vault of emails and other tools that help you increase that customer value and get more and more sales. Because, the first sale that you make to a customer is the hardest one. After
Sure.
that, it gets easier and easier and easier.
Yeah.
It's all about asking them for the second and third sale.
Yeah, and you may not have this data yet, Alex, but I'm just going to ask while we're on the podcast today, with these cross-selling like emails and what am I trying to say, funnels, if you
Mhm.
will. Do you have any kind of numbers of what you've maybe seen agents like increase their attachment rate by 10%, 5%? You may not have that data, but I just thought I would ask while
Yeah.
you're on today.
I have one Medicare client. He did about 1,200. He served over 1,200 families last year, and he sent one of our cross sell emails for dental and vision specifically, and he sold 413 policies that he had credits to
Wow.
those emails. He said it was all about those emails, which is incredible. So
Yeah.
413 policies, almost 1/3 of his new clients bought a dental and vision policy, and it was because he simply asked them. He said, "Hey, would you like this benefit for
Yeah.
you?" So
Yeah.
now, as far as retention goes, the stats show that if they buy 2 or more policies from you,
Sure.
they end up sticking around exponentially longer than if they just bought the one. So, the industry stats are going to line up with what we're seeing in Agent CRM.
Yeah.
But it comes back to building out a CRM by yourself. If you are an agent that is building out these workflows and these websites on your own, you're going to miss things. It's just because you're so focused on the business, you're not taking the time necessary to build out a very thorough follow-up system. That's where Agent
Mhm.
CRM comes in to build out those things that you might have missed, like the cross-selling emails, things like
Sure.
that. So that's all included inside of Agent CRM.
Yeah, and whether you're listening to this today or watching this on YouTube, you need to go back and listen to that part again because that's a productivity hack, right?
Mhm.
A lot of times, and you know this, Alex, I'm preaching to the choir here, but a lot of times these agents get so distracted trying to do all of these things that they're not producing the sales that are
Yep.
necessary to pay for the things, to invest in the things, to make them more efficient. So Alex is saying they've already built this out for all these different verticals. They have a 14-day free trial. The link will be
Yep.
in the video description below. Go click on that, go through that trial, go through this onboarding process. But I want to ask if you still have this feature, because when I started with you guys, I was the kind of person that I just want to pay someone to customize it for me and do even more. I thought that was a hack in itself, Alex, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to get bogged down with it. I wanted to stay doing what I was good at. Do you still have that type of program with an Agent CRM?
We do. So now we have called it the Pro plan. What we used to sell before
Okay.
was you could buy hours in a pack, right? What
Right.
we
Right.
realized in that process is that many times agents would buy hours and they would underestimate how much their projects would take. And then they get a little frustrated because they're like, oh man, like I bought hours to do this, but it's not done yet. So we have a Pro plan. That Pro plan gives you unlimited one-on-one hours for your websites and workflows. We also
Wow.
include some additional free trainings for you guys. So we do some social media marketing training in there. I'm doing a group coaching call where I dive into wins and optimizations for your account. So there's a lot of extra bonuses for our pro users. Soon, we're going to be doing a live event down here in Dallas where I just moved just for pro users. So we're doing a lot of fun things. But with that, you
Yeah.
get unlimited one-on-one time for building out websites and workflows, and you get unlimited private time with our marketing team to help make sure that your ad campaigns are optimized and doing what they need to do. So we're really stepping it up for our agents and giving them a very, a high value. I'm not going to say it's low cost. $297 is, more on the medium tier side, but it
Sure.
is an incredible value for everything that you get inside of Agent CRM. The basic plan for those of you listening is $97 a month. That includes all the branding bundles, the full feature set, the welcome call, 10-minute quick fix Zoom calls, the kickoff call that I mentioned. So we don't hold back on the $97 plan. We just add more value to the $297 plan.
Yeah, and this is the future, right? Like you got to have a platform that's doing all of these things, or you're going to get left behind. You got to have a platform that's incorporating AI. You have to have a platform if you haven't been taught this or you're not good at it to help you cross sell. Because what I'm seeing is 70% of a lot of the people that I've talked to in this industry's revenue comes from ancillary products. It's not even from the Medicare plans itself, and this is the direction the industry is going. So do yourself a favor, click on the link in the video description, go take the free trial. I promise you won't regret it. I know you're an entrepreneur. You coach people, Alex. You talk to leaders. You're in big rooms with big people. This channel was designed for that first year insurance agent in mind. You know, our mutual friend, our good friend, Cody Askins has the 8% because 92% flunk out of this business, if you will, within the first year. As we close today, what are some words of wisdom from one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur that you would encourage, that you would use to encourage these agents today?
Yeah. I was in the room with Ben Hardy, writer of 10X is easier than 2X.
Sure.
And he said something to me that really stood out. I never heard it quite like this before. He drew 3 boxes on a whiteboard, past, present, and future. And he said, one of the things that we're taught in psychology used to be that our past determines our future, right?
Sure.
How we grew up, how we were nurtured as we grew up, determined who we became in our present, and our present became our future. But I want to flip that over for you, agents. And I believe your future self, how you have envisioned yourself in your future, will actually determine your present, and it will help you rewrite your past. And so what that looks like for me is, okay, I want to be able to serve 10,000 insurance agencies in 3 years' time. So right now we're close to 2,000. That's a huge jump over the where we're at now. So what do I have to be? What are the actions that I need to take? What's the frequency that I need to show up in the marketplace to get to that goal? That determines my day-to-day actions and habits. And then it allows me the freedom to say, you know what? This is who I am. This is where I'm at today because of what happened in my past, but I am going to use what happened to help me get to a better future. I'm not going to allow my past to limit me or restrict me in where I'm going. And so for you as the new agent getting into this market, I want to encourage you, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, I want you to write down where you want to be in 1 year and 3 years from now. And then I want you to think, based on where I want to go, who do I need to be today? What are the actions that I need to take? What are the things that I need to strip away? And I want to encourage you as you start to write out this plan, I want you to look at the things that are not on your list, like what you want to be and how you want to show up. What does that day-to-day action plan look like? What is currently on your day-to-day plan that is not on that plan 3 years from now as you grow, right? Because one of the biggest moves that you're going to make in your growth journey and growing your business is removing things that no longer serve you. And so for me, one of the things that helped me was I removed sitting down and watching TV for a couple hours a night. That was a great way for me to end my evenings. I would sit, I would watch a funny show or watch sports, and I loved it. But I reduced the amount of time. I didn't eliminate it completely because I need that relaxation time, but I reduced it, right?
Sure.
And I use that time now to do things around the house or to read things that allow me to be the husband and father that I need to be, while also not limiting how I want to use my time to grow. So that's the big thing, guys. Be your future self today so that you can get to the future that you want, because you will not accidentally step into that future that you've set out for yourself.
No, I love that. And it just blows my mind how many people think they're going to drift their way into success, right? What you're saying today is we got to make a decision. We got to decide our way into success, that we want to be that future version of us. And so definitely love that. Thank you for coming on the podcast today. And once again, take a moment to comment, like, subscribe. If there's some questions that maybe you have for Alex that we didn't answer in today's podcast, put those down below, and I promise you we'll get you those answers. And by the way, if you're a new agent that says, hey, Rob, I don't have a lot of money, but I have a lot of sweat equity, and I'm looking for the most budget-friendly ways to generate exclusive, hot Medicare leads on a daily basis, then I want you to go watch this next podcast right here.